Starting off in a child's pose, that means we have our big toes touching and we're sitting on our heels. And we can either have the hands back by the feet as we take the head down, or my favorite, getting a shoulder and chest stretch by taking the hands forward as we bring the head down. And so our objective in this posture is just to breathe for a moment. So take the pressure off to feel like you're needing to do anything. Just be here. Now, some of us, especially if you're just waking up, you're feeling tight in your low back, your hip creases maybe, and it's hard to sink down in an easy way into this posture. To make it more easeful, take your knees wide. Try that. And or rest your head on something. Find your big breath. We're looking for a big inhale and a big exhale. The inhales fill the rib cage. They fill not just the front of the rib cage, but the back. And you feel it expanding back there. They fill the sides of the rib cage, the armpits, the chest. And with the exhales, you feel your rib cage compressing inward. All the muscles between your ribs, your intercostals are contracting and pulling your ribs inward, mechanically pressing the air out. A similar expansion is happening in your belly as you inhale. The belly not just on the front, but on the sides and the back. So low back is expanding with the inhales. And with the exhales, all the muscles of the sides, back, and front of the belly are moving inward, compressing the air out of your lungs. So let's just stay here and breathe for a few more moments, please. Child's pose is such a great place to start our practice for so many reasons. One of them being that you're so close to the floor that you don't have to worry about balancing or holding yourself up or doing anything. And we're able to focus on the breath as we are now. But also notice what else we can really focus on. We can focus on body sensations. How's your body feeling right now? Notice where you feel open and strong. Notice where you might feel tense and stuck. Notice those places equally. And breathe into and out of those places equally. Find equal open and release. Now that we've been here for a few moments, hopefully you notice a little bit more softness in your hips maybe. Let's allow each inhale to add a little bit of length to the spine. And with each exhale, could we intentionally release tension, maybe hips, maybe shoulders, maybe jaw. How's your jaw doing right now? Can you loosen it a little bit? All right, friends. Adding a little bit of action to this very grounded, still posture. Start to walk your fingers out away from your hips. But make sure the hips don't come with your fingers. As a matter of fact, if your hips could draw back towards your heels even, that would be great as your fingers walk forward. Let's make sure we have some space around the ears. In other words, you're not mooshing your shoulders up by your ears here. Can you keep that spaciousness around the ears and walk your hands out to the left, opening up the low back here a little bit. So one side of the low back, the right side, is now longer than the left. Breathe deeply into the right side of the low back. Also feeling that expansion up through your rib cage. You can walk your hands even further out to the left if you like. Use your breath. Okay, let's switch sides, taking the hands through center and out to the right now, as far as you like. Okay, looking to open up that left side of the low back a bit, up through the rib cage perhaps. Breathe. All right, let's bring this shape back through center and then walk your hands up by your legs. So walk your hands back up by your legs, and if you can stand it only, tuck your toes underneath you and sit back on them, on your heels. So for some of us, this is really uncomfortable. You don't have to force this. Just untuck your toes or put a pillow or a blanket underneath your hips. But if you can stand it, sit on them for a little while. It's good for your feet. Okay? So stretching out the bottoms of your feet feels good. We're going to get the arms up overhead. Interlace fingers, flip the palms up, and start to warm up the lower body. So make a nice little picture frame around your ears. So the shoulders are moving down, the heart is moving up, and we have a long giraffe neck. As if you're trying to kick the floor away from you, start to press your legs, your feet down into the floor. Your hips might rise up, but get them back down. Just let this be a feeling of kicking the floor. We're wrapping the belly button in. We're pointing the tailbone forward, almost kind of ridiculously, so it feels like the tailbone really is pointing at your knees. And let's just breathe. Continue to kick the floor. Do you feel your quads getting warm? I sure do. 2 more breaths here. Spine is long, legs are strong. 1 more big breath in. And let this go. Drop the hands down in front. Okay, tuck your toes if they're not already. And we'll take some cat-cows. Inhaling, grip the mat with your strong hands and pull your heart forward. Exhaling, push the floor away from you. Maybe drop your head here and shake it out. Might feel good on your neck. Let's take a few more like that. Pull the heart forward on the inhale. Think of pointing your elbows back and together. Push the floor away on your exhale. Keep it going. Maybe close your eyes. Okay, find a little rhythm. And let your breath be the rhythm setter. Okay, we try to fit the movement into the breath rather than vice versa. As you move, could you keep your belly button wrapping up in towards your spine all the time, even when you extend the spine? If we keep the belly button wrapping inward, we protect the low back. Okay, and that's one of our main objectives, is strengthening our low back support system. All right, bring it back to kind of a flat back. Tuck your toes here. We're going to hover the knees just off the mat. So getting the quads a little bit warmer, and you'll feel that right away. Lift your belly button in towards your spine. So make sure your low back isn't swaying downward. Pull the knees in slightly toward each other, and pull the elbows in toward each other. Nice effort here. Keep breathing. If you need to drop 1 or 2 knees, of course you can, but stay with this challenge. Stick with me here. 1 more big breath in. And with your exhale, press it back to kind of a messy down dog. So not super textbook down dog. We're just walking the heels out. Rolling the shoulders, both directions. Okay, and then just remember, in a down dog, you don't ever have to do a down dog if it's too much for your legs. You can bend your knees very generously, and I'm showing you what that might look like. And you can always drop to your knees and just take a break. So I do want you to take those breaks and just listen to your body throughout your practice. We're going to do some vinyasa, some flowing just to warm up. You ready? So remember to modify, take those breaks, friends. Here we go. Inhaling here, move your heart forward. Your shoulders will float over your wrists and you're in a plank. A plank can always be knees down or knees up, so use that option as you like. And with your exhale, think of tiptoeing towards your hands. Tiptoe. Closest you can get, bend your knees and just let your head hang. Inhale here, push into your feet and rise up, stacking your spine as if for the first time. Make it really tall. Okay, with your exhale, sit down into an invisible chair. You're going to pull your belly button in as you point your tailbone at your knees and drop the hips. Inhale back up to standing. Think of lifting your heart front and back. And exhale to fold. You can bend your knees, hinge at your hips, come all the way down. With your inhale here, just come up halfway. With your knees bent, you might tickle the floor or your shins as you look forward with a long spine. And with your exhale, bend your knees a lot. Make a very big fold. All right, palms are down here. Inhaling, walk your feet back to a plank. Exhaling here, come slowly all the way down. You can use your knees down first or challenge yourself not to. You decide. Slow descent. With your inhale, pull your heart forward. Find a cobra. Heart moves forward between your arms. Okay, keep your long neck. And with your exhale, let it go. Tuck your toes. I'll meet you in a down dog. Okay, we'll do 2 more just like that. You're always free to skip the vinyasa. Some people just prefer to take a child's pose instead, and that's totally fine with me. Let's go. Heart moves forward, plank. We'll move a little faster as we start to get the hang of it. Exhale, tiptoe to your hands. And fold. You can bend the knees. Inhale, rise up. Lift your heart front and back. Exhale, sit into your chair. Maybe look up at your thumbs and lift your heart as you do this. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Halfway up on your inhale. Remember, you can bend your knees very generously. Okay? And exhale to fold. Palms are down here. Inhaling back to your plank. Exhale, slowly come down. Pull the elbows into your ribs. Inhale here, find a nice cobra. Heart pulls forward. Then exhale, roll it down. Tuck your toes. Find a down dog. All right, 1 more. Just warming joints. Here we go. Inhaling, heart forward. Exhale, tiptoe to your hands. Fold. Roll it up, inhale. Sit into your chair, exhale. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale for plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, walk out your dog a little bit here. Take some breath. Notice how you're feeling. Any warmth in the back body. Any changes. All right, let's start to move. Inhaling here, right leg up and out behind. With your exhale here, drop that right foot between your hands. Boom. Inhaling, come up to a crescent lunge. So hands reach up overhead. You can bend deeply into the front knee if you like. And you're trying to squeeze your legs together slightly, even though they're separate. Okay. Exhaling, drop your hands around the front foot. Back foot steps forward, fold. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, sit into your chair. Maybe look up, squeeze your knees together as you do this. Inhale to stand again. Exhale to fold again. Halfway up, inhale. And big fold, exhale. Palms are down, inhale here. Right leg steps back. Coming on up, crescent lunge. Exhale, all hands down, front foot steps back, down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Okay, walking out your heels, maybe beginning to feel a little bit more at home in this down dog as it warms up. But we're not gonna force it, so let's keep moving. Inhaling here, left leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, left foot drops between your hands. Inhale, bring it up, crescent lunge. Try to squeeze your knees together. Exhale, all hands down. Back foot steps forward and fold. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, sit into your chair. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Okay, palms are down. Inhale, left leg steps back, crescent lunge, come on up. Try to squeeze your knees together again. Exhale, all hands down, front foot steps back, down dog. Couple breaths here, friends. Okay, we'll do that a couple more times. Here we go, right leg up and out behind, big breath in. Exhale, step right foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, come on up, big front body. Try to squeeze the legs together, maybe drop a little lower. Exhale, all hands down, back foot steps forward, fold. You can bend the knees when you fold just to make it a little easier in the backs of the legs. Roll it up, inhale. Lift your heart. Exhale, sit into your chair. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Inhale here, back to crescent lunge. Right leg back, reach it up. Exhale, all the hands down, down dog. Second side, inhaling, left leg up and out behind. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, all hands down, forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale to your chair. Inhale to stand. Exhale, fold. Okay, palms are down. Inhaling, left leg back, crescent lunge, reach it up. Exhale, hands down, down dog. Okay, we'll do one more round, one on either side. Should be feeling a little bit warmer. Here we go. Inhale, right leg up and out behind. Exhale, drop the foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Squeeze your knees together. Exhale, all hands down, forward fold, front of the mat. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale to your chair. Inhale to stand. And exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down, right leg back, crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Other side. Left leg, inhale, up and out behind. Exhale, step the foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, all hands down, forward fold, front of the mat. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, chair. Inhale to stand. And exhale, fold. Halfway up. Big fold. Palms down, left leg back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, down dog. All right, friends, let's take 5 or 6 breaths in this down dog. We're a little bit warmer. Walk your heels, shake your head, do what you got to do. But let's start to really activate and make this really intentional. So gripping the mat with your hands, move your elbows inward slightly. And then could you cultivate a squeezing inward of both halves of your body? So the right and left half of your body are trying to squeeze inward toward each other. When you activate that in your elbows and your knees and your hands and your feet, notice how it feels in your core. Think of your feet pressing back also and your hands moving forward. Can you keep all of that? And inhale the right leg up and out behind. Bring it up and out. And exhale, step the right foot between your hands. We're dropping the back knee. So the left knee is now down here. Come on up with the hands on your inhale. Okay, take a moment here. We'll just pause here in this low lunge. I want you to really activate your knees toward each other. So obviously they're separated, but if you could draw them inward with some strong inner thigh engagement, some nice pelvic floor strength, then you'll really activate the legs in the way that we want them to be active, okay? So let's start to warm up fronts and backs of the legs. And here's how we'll do it. All right, inhaling here, squeeze those knees together. You just think of lifting your heart, kind of opening up the front body even more. With your exhale, drop your fingers under your shoulders. You can just use fingertips. And pull your hips back. Now I want you to keep your spine long while you do this. And point your right toes at your nose, even if you need to bend your right knee. We'll do it again. Right foot back on the floor. Inhaling, reach up into your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Keep that squeeze between your knees. And exhale, fingertips down. Move the hips back, long spine, please. Let's do that a few more times. Now you just kind of use your breath pace. I want you to move on your own pace. You're opening front body on your inhale. You're opening back body on your exhale. 2 more times, just like that, your pace. And next time you come up into that low lunge, let's pause right there. Okay, pause here and just breathe. Squeeze the knees together. Drop the hips as low as they want to go. Maybe lift that belly button up and in and lift your heart. Maybe close your eyes here. 3 more long, slow breaths. All right, when we hold this low lunge, we allow a lot of nice warmth to build in the back of the right leg, front of the left hip. And as you're ready, all hands down. We can send this right leg back to hands and knees, and I'll meet you in a down dog. Walk it out here. Notice how your legs feel. And let's keep moving. A little vinyasa here. Inhaling hard forward, find a plank. And you're always welcome to skip the vinyasa. Okay. Exhale, tiptoe to your hands and fold. Roll it up, inhale. This time, let's take a side bend. Okay, side bend. With your exhale, reach to one side. Pull your belly button in. Inhale, bring it back up. Other side, big exhale, reach. And inhale back to center. Exhale here into your chair. Think of dropping your hips as you squeeze your knees together, maybe looking up. Inhale to stand. And exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Okay, palms are down. Inhaling for your plank. Exhaling all the way down. Maybe with your cobra here, you take your fingers out to the side, pull your heart up and forward on the inhale, and you can come up a little higher, only if that's appropriate. And exhale, roll it down, down dog. Okay, take a few breaths here in your down dog. Line everything up. So we have the hands gripping, the elbows moving in slightly. We have the front, back, and sides of the belly are really long, super long belly. And if you had a little eye in the center of each armpit, could you have those eyes look at each other? So your armpit eyes are gazing at each other. Okay, ready to keep moving? Here we go. Inhaling here, left leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, drop the left foot between your hands. We're dropping the right knee, coming up to a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Okay, pause here. Just get that sense of squeeze between your knees, okay? It takes a moment of intention, and we see if we can keep that squeeze as we begin to move. So inhaling in your Anjaneyasana, your low lunge, think of peeling open your heart. And with your exhale, fingertips down under your shoulders. Could you keep your spine long as you pull that left hip back and point the left toes at your nose? Okay, see that ankle flex? Now you take it a few more times. Inhaling to your low lunge. And exhaling to your half split. Okay, Ardha Hanumanasana. Maybe 3 more. Finding a slow breath pace. When in doubt, we always take it slow. 2 more. Last one. Okay, come on up to your low lunge and hold and breathe. So we're just going to enjoy this posture. It's a powerful posture. If you need a little break, you can put your hands on your left leg and just kind of support yourself, and that's kind of helpful. But if everything's going great, I really want to encourage you to just breathe here. Try to squeeze the knees together, so get that inner thigh engagement. Think of lifting your heart up front and back. And if you had a basketball, you'd be handing it to someone behind you. One more big breath here. And exhale here. All hands down. You can put them down inside your left leg. And then get the left leg back. Meet you in down dog. Okay, notice how the backs of the legs feel now. Let's keep it going. Here's a vinyasa. Feel free to take it or skip it. Heart moves forward. Inhale. Tiptoe to your hands. Exhale. Roll it up, inhale. Here's another side stretch. Grab your elbows. Make a belly button in and exhale to one side. Make your hips go the other way. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, other side. Make your hips go away from your elbows. Inhale to center. Arms up. Exhale, drop it into your chair. Inhale to stand. And exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Very big fold, exhale. Palms are down, inhaling for your plank. Exhaling all the way down. Maybe a little cobra this time, maybe fingers out to the side. For a big cobra, think of pulling your heart forward still. And exhale, down dog. All right, friends, walk it out. 5 or 6 breaths in your down dog, please. You're always welcome to take a break. Child's pose, hands and knees, something like that. Notice the backs of the legs. Spin the heels so you can't see them. So look at your feet, spin the heels and push them down. And kneecaps are moving up. All right, ready? Let's get the right leg up and out behind and bend that knee and internally rotate the right hip. So you know your right hip is internally rotated if you can't lift the knee very high. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to intentionally limit our range of motion and pulse the right knee up and down, up and down, up and down. So if you need to bend your left knee, you can do that, no problem. Bend that left knee. Okay, we're really warming up your right glutes here, and we're really putting some nice length in the back of your left leg. Okay, send the right knee up and hold. Make sure you're internally rotating. Could you extend the right leg and keep that activity in the glute? Now I'm going to ask you to do something really crazy. Come up on your left tippy toes and then drop the left heel almost to the floor, but not quite. Again, left tippy toes. And heel almost to the floor. One more time, left tippy toes and hold and breathe. Could you lift your right heel 1 inch higher? Could you lift your left heel 1 inch higher? Push that floor, pull the elbows in slightly. Warming the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Drop that left heel. Send the right knee forward. Drop the right foot between your hands. Okay, go ahead and walk your hands out to the left side of the mat, and I'll spin around to meet you. So out here on the left side, we're going to have our feet naturally wide, but let's turn the toes in slightly for now. Okay, hands under shoulders, and please make sure that your spine has length. So I'll turn to the side and show you what I mean. We want to walk the hands enough away from the feet so the spine can be long. Okay, instead of hands close to the feet and we have a crunched spine, that's no fun. That's no fun at all. So long spine, please. If your hands don't touch the floor, use some blocks or take your feet wider or bend your knees. Here we go. Hands under shoulders, toes turned slightly in. We're going to bend into one knee and bend into the other knee. So we're just gently exploring, opening the insides of the legs, okay? And just kind of working toward coming down into our straddle. Okay, so beginning to heat up the insides of the legs. And check it out. If you put a lot of weight into the outer edge of your feet while you do this, what happens to your arches? Your arches naturally peel up. Try experimenting with that. I want you to play with that arch lifting kind of feeling. Okay, bring it back to center. Bend your knees a little bit. One hand to each thigh. Press yourself up. All right, we're going to do some horse pose. So turn your toes to face outward. And then put enough bend in your knees that you can watch your knees bend outward. If you notice that your knees are bending inward, no problem. I want you to really work your outer hip to point the knees outward. Okay, it takes a little bit of outer hip strength to get those knees pointed out. So I want you to really use what you got back there. Okay, arms up overhead. Breathe. Okay, so you are here in a horse pose. Yes, it is challenging. You're probably already feeling challenged. If it's too much challenge and you stop having fun, just lift your hips and come back down. Okay, but I want you to breathe here. Think of opening your front body wide. So I want you to increase the distance between the two knees by moving them back. I want you to increase the distance between your two elbows by moving them back. And I want you to drop your hips. So your whole front body is opening. Your whole back body is strong. It's running the whole show. Drop a little lower. Okay, I have a funky challenge for you. Are you ready? Lift one of your heels. Hold and breathe. Try to isolate that so it doesn't change the rest of your posture. Notice your breath. What's going on with your jaw? And what about the corners of your mouth? Can you smile? Drop the up heel. Lift the down heel. Switch sides. Hold and breathe. Drop those hips. So much heat building in the legs. I know. Yes, you can. You can do this. One more big breath in with the up heel. Exhale, drop the up heel, drop your hands to your thighs. Extend your knees. Let's turn the toes back in. All right, and if you grab onto your hips, chances are you can just hinge yourself all the way back down to the mat or to the floor. And let's just enjoy this little forward fold now that we just heated the legs so much. So if you are feeling okay here, turn those toes slightly in and start to point the top of your head at the ground. You can do this by walking your hands back between your feet, fingers pointing out in the same direction as your toes, of course, and your elbows will be over your wrists. If the top of your head scrapes the floor, just bring your feet closer. No problem. And take a few breaths here, opening up that whole back side of your body. As you are ready, we're bringing our hands back to center, or back up underneath our shoulders, and go ahead and walk your hands over by the right foot. So we're going back to the front of the mat. All right, back to the front of the mat. Here we are. Inhaling here, roll yourself up. Little vinyasa moment, okay? Exhaling here, sit into your chair. See if you can come up on your tippy toes while you do this. Whew, little balance. Inhale to stand. And exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale for your plank. And exhale all the way down. Okay, your choice here, little or big cobra. Heart pulls up on the inhale. Pull, 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 heart. And exhale, down dog. 5 or 6 breaths in your down dog here. Let's see how this one feels. Okay, hands push forward, feet pull back. Long belly, armpits are looking at each other. And let's get the left leg up and out behind. Bend the knee. Internally rotate the hips. You feel really limited with your knee movement and start to pulse it up, up, up. So feel your glute, your left glute turning on. High left glute. Okay, now press it up, hold. Make sure you're internally rotating that hip. Can we extend the leg without sacrificing the glute activation? And let's come up on the right tippy toes. And then drop the right heel almost to the floor, but not quite. Come up high. Drop the right heel. One more time, right heel comes up, hold and breathe. Okay, can we extend and reach a little higher through that left heel? Maybe we need to bend the right knee, but could we lift the right heel even higher? Strong arms. Hold and breathe. One more big breath in. And exhale, drop the right heel, swing the left foot forward, drop the foot between your hands. We're walking our hands over to the right now, and I'll spin around to meet you again. So we're back in a forward fold. I want to take you to kind of a funky place here, kind of a funky straddle opener. So if you just come down to your knees here and take your knees kind of wide. All right, notice when you look back at your knees that they're at right angles. They're coming out perpendicular to your spine, so they're right in line with your hips. Your hips are directly between your knees. And your toes point out, your ankles are flexed. So this is just where we'll stay for a few breaths, just working on that straddle. Everyone is so different here, so don't feel like you have some kind of goal. There's really no goal with a straddle. We just want to open up the inner thighs a little bit. We want to do it gently so that it's a sustainable practice. So starting out with your hands under your shoulders, let's start out with something like this, okay? Let's just lift one foot. So you're internally rotating the hip of the foot that you're lifting, and then set it carefully back down. Try the other side. Lift the other foot, so you're internally rotating that hip now. And set it back down. And you can go side to side. Keep breathing. Lift and lower. And lift and lower. And just by being here, you're increasing the distance between your two knees and your hips. Keep your belly button lifting in towards your spine. And if you want a little more from this, lift both heels up and both heels down. Both heels up, both heels down. See if you can start to relax your hips a little more toward the floor. Keeping your hips between your knees. Both heels up, both heels down. Now try this. Both heels up and hold. And breathe. So in this posture, I like to think of really pressing my knees down. So when you press your knees down, you're activating all that tissue in your inner thigh and heating it, okay? And whenever we want to lengthen a tissue, we've got to heat it first, like a sword. We wouldn't try to make a sword with cold metal. So maybe one more big breath in here in your straddle, your Chinese split, and then relax the feet back to the floor. We're coming back up. So the best way I've found to do that is just to shimmy your knees back inward. Come on up and take your feet wide again. Take a moment here just to fold down into this. Notice how it feels. Again, feet come closer if your head touches the floor because we want that spine to really hang. And if walking your hands back between your feet is not enough and you want a little bit more, you can use your arms, one hand behind each calf. You can grab your ankles and hug your legs towards you. Make sure you still have a neck. Make sure the head can hang. Maybe one or two more breaths here. As you're ready, we're letting this go. So hands come back under your shoulders. We'll walk the hands back over by that left foot now. And we're back at the front of the mat. Take a fold here. Just kind of shaking it out. You might bend your knees. From here, bend your knees so much that you can come all the way down to a seat. And then if you tuck your hands behind your knees, you can rock it all the way back. Let's take a little time. Just hug your knees into your chest here. Rock it out on the floor. And then if you set your feet down next to your hips and move your hips over to the left, just sit them to the left a little bit. Then you can drop your knees to the right. And we have a nice twist. So maybe the right hand grabs the knee. Maybe not, it doesn't matter. But we're looking out to the left with that left arm reaching out. Let's hold right here and breathe. So in your twist, it's important to have a long spine. So I want you to think of grounding that left shoulder blade as you lengthen your spine with each inhale. On the exhales, to get the most out of your twist, drive your belly button to your spine. A few more breaths here like this. Maybe one more. Let's bring the legs through center, okay? And once your knees are up, you just need to move your hips to the right And drop your knees to the left. Maybe the left hand grabs a knee, maybe not. The right arm is definitely reaching out. You can have the palm up or down. Close your eyes. Ground that right shoulder blade. Long spine inhales. Strong belly exhales. As you're ready, roll your legs back through center and release them onto the floor. And find your resting posture. It might be a Shavasana with your arms and legs long and floppy. Or you might choose to bend your arms and legs into some comfortable manner. I want to invite you to find that ultimate resting posture. Allow your breath to become slow and effortless through your nose. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly and your chest. Notice all the little sensations swirling around your body that your practice stirred up. Take these next few moments just to be with all of that sensation. Just listen and observe. The same way you're noticing body sensations, notice your thoughts and emotions. And take this time just to be with yourself. Please keep resting this way for as long as you can. And thank you so much for joining me.